My name is Leora Raimondi. I'm from Washington University in St. Louis, but I'm a junior there studying fashion design. I'm originally from New York, and I'm here at SRISA also studying fashion design and furthering my studies in that. What made me want to study abroad in Florence was the idea that I don't think I would ever again have the opportunity to draw from the cultural history of art and architecture that lives in Florence and Italy, and draw from it in my studies, but also in my design as well. And I don't feel like that's a very unique experience, and that a lot of things in university otherwise can't offer. So I wanted to take that opportunity to pursue that, to possibly get that. And I definitely feel that way, as throughout my experience, I feel like I'm drawing and learning from things of history that I feel like can be applied in my design. What inspired me to study fashion, I'd say is my mother mostly. And when I was young, she had a subscription to Vogue, and I would steal her magazines and read through them, and then me and my sister would create those dresses for our Barbie dolls and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of Elsa Schiaparelli and Olivier Rousteing right now. He's now leaving Balmain, but he was the previous creative director at Balmain. I think I like both of their insights, although that they're different. I feel like both of them are very designers that like to focus on structure and how you can make almost a sculptural piece out of fashion, and thinking about fashion as art more so as something wearable. And I really like to think about that when I approach my work as well, thinking about it as something aesthetically interesting and engaging and making a message more so than necessarily also wearable. My favorite class at SRISA so far has been fiber manipulation with Olivia. First of all, maybe it's just because I love Olivia so much. She's just a great professor. I don't care if she's hearing that or not. I just feel that way. I'm I want to take her back with me, but I can't. It's I'll pack her in my suitcase. Fiber manipulation is really fun though. It's just a way that I like to approach fashion a lot too. It's thinking about the materials and how the different types of experimental techniques that you can use with materials can create a new garment. And I've had a really great time with it so far, and all the new things that I've learned about felting and different techniques like weaving. And it's been really fun to apply it into actual garments that are wearable. And I think it's the most creatively engaging course that I've taken in my experience, both at WashU but also here. In terms of my fashion classes, that really pushes me to be more thoughtful and more intentional in using materials and creating garments. I definitely think studying abroad in Florence has influenced my fashion design, and I definitely draw from it. I think, for example, I'm someone that likes art history a lot, and I think drawing from those historical, both fashion, but also the mood and the antiquities from there, and how we can draw from those examples and hone it into our fashion as well. And I like to think about what type of sleeves were they wearing, and how did it express certain things that they were trying to evoke. I mean, for one, I'm very interested specifically in the role of woman during the Italian Renaissance, especially when we look upon paintings as well. For example, you have Eleonora of Toledo, and you look upon the way she dressed, and dress was to show power and express these things. But also in a place like Florence, that was the home of the Medici and such a powerful line, you can specifically think about how it played a role in the streets as you're walking every day, and think about how that applies also modernly and what we try to express when we wear, and how we can draw from the things from the past and still carry on that historical cultural past in fashion modernly onto the streets. So how can we take the sleeves that Eleonora of Toledo are wearing, or the embroidery she was wearing, and make a modern version of it that has the same status message, or says what is important nowadays to say to express something in our modern fashion. I think this experience is definitely going to shape my future career significantly. I think both in terms of pushing me to get outside of my comfort zone and being more willing to, approach new challenges and hard things. I think going abroad for 6 months, or I guess more like 5 months, is still like a hard thing to do. And the idea of like experiencing new culture and a global culture, but like in a living space for a couple of months already, like not just in terms of like the idea of living abroad in the future as well, but also in the idea of like I can approach challenges and accomplish it in my future. And I would have the experience where I'd say, well, I can look upon the things that I've done here and I could apply it into a future scenario. And then similarly, I would also say my experience here has taught me a lot about certain crafts, but also the classes that I'm taking, like fiber manipulation and pattern making, are so crucial elements to fashion design that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life in my career. I think the advice that I would give to other students going abroad is don't get comfortable, which might sound weird, but I think like if you choose to stay in your comfort zone the whole time you're abroad, either with classes, the people that you're hanging out, the trips that you're taking, the activities that you're doing in your daily life, I don't think you're achieving your study abroad to the fullest. I think you need to push yourself a little bit outside of that experience because you have all that comfort given to you any other time when you're not abroad. I think abroad is the opportunity to really explore and experience new things, and the only way you're going to do that is to step outside of what you've known.